Hi guys, welcome to the second part of the abstract classes lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to tell you how these start, study and the personal info function works because a student had a discussion in the course, so I'm gonna specially make this video for the students who does not clearly understand how these functions work. And before this, I'm gonna tell you another thing. A student asked a question: how does the parent class, that is the person, know which method it should derive from either child classes? So here I want to tell you something, that the parent class does not have any link with the child classes. Parent class does not have any concern with the child classes, or in other words, parent class doesn't care what the child classes do. Here you are also able to set the name of the student. What you need to do, just create an object of this class. Here I'm gonna create an object student, and here is the S1 is the student name, and here is the student, and here is the semicolon. And now here you can use the set name function that is in the parent class, and here I'm going to use that function to set the name of the student. Here I'm going to give it Ali, and here is the semicolon, and then here I'm going to print out using the s1 dot get name function. Now here is a little error. What is this? S is capital, and here is get name, and here we need to place the parentheses, and let's run it. So here you see that input is printed at this side because I have adjusted all the columns. So now here you see that the name of the student is printed on the screen, that is Ali. Here I have give the name of the student, that is stored into this S1 object. But when we run this file, here I'm gonna run it, and it print the name of the employee, that is Fahad. Here you can see that it also contains the Fahad. What is going on right now? When we give the argument to this set name function, then it take this argument to this function here. Then what happens? All this data is inherited into this student class and into the employee class. Now this string variable is also the part of the student class and the employee class. So now we can give the different values to the name variables, because there are two variants of the name variables. One is for the student and second one is for the employee. So now I hope you understand. And now another thing, how these functions work. You can, here I'm gonna write a print statement sys out, and here I'm gonna write start student. So now I'm gonna run this function with the help of the student object s1 dot start study. So now let's execute it, and here it's print on the screen start study. And you can also put this here. Here I'm gonna add something different. Personal info, it's age. And now let's run this function s1 dot, here is personal info, and let's run it, and here you see that age is printed. Here another thing is, when we call the start study function, so this function is also present in the employee class. So why this function not execute? Because the student class and the employee class does not have any link. So if we create the same function in both classes, this thing does not create any problem because both classes have not any link. And now I'm gonna here put some different text. Here is sysout, here is employee start, and let's call this function. Here is e1 dot, and here is start study. So now let's execute it, and here you see that this is the name of the employee, and employee start is execute. So now employee calling its own functions and the student class call its own function. Both have the different variants of the functions, both have the separate memory for the variables and the functions. These two classes are not linked to each other. These two classes are only linked to the person class, and person class does not have any concern while the both classes have the same functions or not. So now I hope you understand. If you have any problems, so kindly add the discussion. I will help you as much as I can.